Light the beam! Light the beam! Light the beam! Light the beam!
Oh, light the beam indeed. Let's get to it because we have so much S to get to tonight and not enough time to do it. Welcome into the Sports Cave with Biggest Puma, a Tuesday night edition of the program here, broadcasting live from the north side of San Antonio. As always, I am your host, Sam Freeze, also known as the Biggest Puma, joined in the room by co-host Cap across the table. Cap, there we go. And in parts unknown, also known as a separate room, the man responsible for making sure this thing gets on the airwaves, Mr. LG. How are we doing, fellas?
I'm here.
That's certainly an answer.
A little tired after that game last night.
Yeah, I think
a lot of ups, downs, what have you.
I would imagine you are not alone in that group. I was doing the show with Andy earlier this afternoon, and I was proud and happy to hear that he stayed up for the entirety.
Wow.
All 18 innings. Andy's a seam head. He's an old school. Andy doesn't buy the MLB TV package. He buys the MLB radio package. That's how much, yeah.
He's got the one earpiece in while walking around HEB.
1,000%. Andy's a giant Yankee fan like you, so he's doing it so you can hear.
We're out there.
Exactly. We're surrounded. We're surrounded by idiots. I mean, fans like y'all.
Whoa.
As always, is customary now as we get incredibly hyped for the Emirates NBA Cup Final.
Hey, are we favorites?
Coming down on Tuesday, December 16th, which means we are under 50 days. We are 49 days away from the NBA Cup.
What does the Emirates trophy look like?
Well, they busted it out last year as soon as they got all that Emirate money.
Yeah, I was about to say, it better be like gold, diamond crusted,
It's
an oiled type, like dike, just throwing out diamonds in the middle.
It looks very much like a European soccer trophy.
Oh,
yeah, they went that route because that's what they're emulating. The whole in-season tournament. That's a European soccer idea that they're finding new ways to cram down our throat, despite the fact that we love basketball and it's more.
We love
somewhat meaningful.
now.
Yeah, we sure. I almost broke the FCC rule right there. We sure as shoot do because we got a lot of Spurs to get to, of course. 4-0 start, tying their best record ever to start a season. We got Spurs notes. We got Cal notes, although I'm not exactly sure how many notes we need to get to from that game Sunday in Denver. Of course, the main seggy will be a NFL Week 8 recap, also looking back on our picks from last week, and lightning round to close it out. But some housekeeping to start. This is going to be our only live show as of right now for the week. Yeah, well, I love how the man playing the drops is the one acting like it's a surprise. So,
No one told me.
Okay, one of the three of us attached to this program have a job to do Thursday night. Cap, do you have any?
The super secret job that he's doing is he told me, but he wasn't supposed to tell me. So what he's doing actually is.
He's filming for the OnlyFans convention that's in town.
The AVNs are coming here?
What?
I've always questioned the individual that goes to the AVN.
You better question our producer.
But I also feel like it's one of those things I need to do one time in my life.
Is that DVD in here?
No, but the picture with what's his name is right there in the corner.
The one and only LG got to meet the legend himself,
Yeah,
Larry
I'm
Flint.
staring at the picture of Larry Flint trying to realize why there's this super fan snuggling up next to him. No, Cap, you don't have a job to do Thursday night. I don't have a job to do Thursday night, but LG will be back with his number one priority. LG's got the Spurs game Thursday. giant Thursday night in San Antonio. Spurs going for their first 5-0 start ever in franchise history. UTSA playing a nationally televised game against ranked, or I guess I don't think Tulane's ranked, but they're 6-1. So we've got Frostbank with the Spurs, Alamo Dome with UTSA, and unfortunately LG out of the room working the Spurs game. So we will not be live Thursday night. I also will not be on with Andy Thursday because he's doing the 2-hour pregame show for the UTSA game.
I mean, we could have done it Friday, but somebody had other engagements.
So Friday,
if we really want to get into it.
So Friday, I will be not only out of the room, but out of the city altogether.
Out of his mind.
And more than likely, it's a concert.
Exploring different universes.
It's a concert on Halloween night, and it's one of my favorite current bands. Like, they are so clear of whoever is second right now.
The Vagina Boys?
That's correct. Yeah, close.
Is it?
It's the Viagra Boys.
The Viagra Boys
are playing at Far Out Lounge over in Austin Friday night, Halloween night. There's a spectacular and Stereo Lab.
I wouldn't dude. Like, it seemed like their live set is very entertaining, and
I mean,
they bring like an 8-piece band on with them.
Yeah,
you know?
And they're all Swedes, so they're all very into unison and synchronicity and coordination. It's drug music, for lack of a better word. It's exactly what it is. It's a lot of heavy instrumentation, a lot of absurd lyrics. So
Maybe
I
you
will
get some of that legal ketamine.
Yeah,
I've been hearing about.
legal ketamine, only available from Todd over in Austin. If you know somebody, no, we'll be over there Friday night. So this whole week is getting shuffled around. But fear not, we're going to cram as much as we can into the show tonight, which means not a whole lot of dilly-dallying around talking about National First Responders Day. Shout out heroes.
Man, they deal with a lot. I was actually...
No, I just said we don't have time to talk about it, though. Because we've got so much to get to.
The first responders get 1 second.
Well, then we have to cut time away from National Chocolate Day or National Wild Foods Day. Look, we've got so much to get to here.
So I like to drizzle chocolate
on your wild mushrooms that you forage for and pick from the wilds.
They're called truffles, man.
Vance Jackson. Yeah,
just look for the purple skirts.
The causeway. Look for the blue caps is what you should be looking for. No, it's shout out National First Responders Day, but we've got so much to get to, so let's jump right into it. Our weekend recap, we have so much to get to. I don't even have time to talk about the fact that there was a Beetle in my neighborhood this weekend.
Like the band Beetle? Or
that's correct,
or like a Volkswagen Beetle?
I
feel like there's a bunch of those.
I was about to say there's probably, and a bunch of Beetles, because it's a 120-year-old house.
Eating your wings
there's a lot of ways for those guys to get in. No, I mean, Paul McCartney in the neighborhood this weekend, the Alamo Dome, and the whole neighborhood was absolutely crazy. But we don't even have time for that.
He's still doing one-man band shows?
Yeah, apparently it was one of those shows I should have found a way to
sneak in
to get inside. Yeah.
Was it good?
Apparently he played pretty much
all the hits.
Anything you would want to hear, from all the different eras. So if you are a boomer or a nostalgic millennial or Gen Xer,
the Beatles were overrated.
It's time and place. When you're the first person to do things, it really.
I was a Crosby, Stills, Nash guy.
That actually checks out. Yeah, I actually can kind of see that right there with Peter, Paul, and Mary.
Yeah.
I would take you more as the folk, the drug music of that time, that era.
Still, one of my favorite bands is Violent Femmes.
Oh yeah, I saw them at Aztec. It's been 6, 7, 8 years ago, and for their encore they played Yellow Rose, the old Bob Wills song, and it was awesome.
I love it because they basically jam band it out. Like
1,000%.
They'll go 10, 11
with a
minutes
stand-up bass and all kinds of random instruments. Oh, we have no time for this. What are we doing?
We have no time. Do your job, bitch.
We have got to talk I'm so glad I showed you that. Let's start with the weekend recap is going to basically be baseball talk because since we were last in the room, the World Series has gotten not only interesting, but historically interesting now after last night's game.
I didn't realize that the last time they tied the World Series record, but the tie was only a couple years ago.
Yeah, well, 2018?
Yeah, against the Red Sox.
In Dodger Stadium, in the same stadium.
So it's like, I'm like, I don't even remember that one. Well, because I probably boycotted that game. For personal reasons.
Dodgers Red Sox, that's a hard ask to get you interested in. Yeah, I don't feel, I mean, obviously that game is going to be the matching feat in terms of the history book. But what we saw last night was so much more memorable than anything we got from that game.
The fact that, there was like, 2 throwouts at the plate.
Yep.
You had, clutch hits, a clutch homer by Ohtani, 2 clutch homers by Ohtani. Then Vlad comes to get it. Before the last homer, Vlad comes around from first and scores with. There was so many. Do you remember in the first inning, the blunder by Toronto, where it was supposedly a late strike call?
Yeah.
So that's where I started watching it. Where I'm like, is this gonna somehow bite them in the ass, so to say?
That one's safe. You can
safe.
say that.
We were talking FCC off the air, like what I can and can't say.
Although biting, that actually, hold on.
I didn't say licking.
Yeah, well, now you're
I didn't
veering
put them together.
Now you're veering closer to the guardrail. It wasn't even that. So it was, Bo Bichette getting thrown out at first because they thought it was ball 4, and then also I feel like you have to think about the game last night as game 1 and game 2. So game 1, in the first 9 innings, you saw Bo Bichette get thrown out at first. You saw former Gold Glover Tommy Edman make the error at second base that allowed run. Should have been the end of the inning. Ends up giving Toronto the opportunity, and they end up putting runs on the board. But you also saw Edman, I guess this was in game 2, you saw him end up making an amazing throw to gun a guy out at third base after Freddie Freeman had the ball bounce off his glove trying to make the play.
He jumped off of first to go throw out the person at third because that would have been, what was that? 1 out or 2 outs. If you have 1 out on third, a sac fly.
Fly is all you need at that point. And all of that to say, we also saw a guy do something that has only ever been done in all of baseball history, not just counting the playoffs. These are the years that a guy has gotten on base 9 times in a baseball game. 1922, 1932, and 1942.
Yeah.
And now 2025, because Ohtani had 4 extra base hits, 2 doubles, 2 home runs, and 5 walks, 4 of them intentional. And really, the 5th one might as well have been.
4 balls.
They weren't going to. They learned their lesson after allowing him to hit the solo shot to tie it up in the 8th.
He's getting the Judge treatment.
He's getting the Bonds treatment. It's not the Judge treatment because Judge has never been walked 6 straight times.
How many rings does Bonds
in a playoff? How many does Bonds have?
None.
Just the 1, right? They won the 1 year with JT Snow when he was.
Was that 2000? I thought it was 2000, 2011. They started their 3 and 5 years. I don't think Bonds ever got a ring.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Bonds
I thought I could have sworn.
No, they went to the series and they got smacked.
It was that one time. It was 2002, the only World Series appearance he had. Golly, and that was Troy Glaus, Darren Erstad, Anaheim Angels back then. Man, I'd forgotten. That was the whole Rally Monkeys, was it not?
Yeah,
where that started.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know how much more you can say about.
How about the relievers coming in with the
Insane.
second half, the game 2 of last night?
Both sides.
The last 9 innings, both sides, great defensive plays. I can't even count how many warning track balls that looked like home runs, sounded like home runs.
Oh, certainly,
Both teams play hard.
Certainly sounded like home runs to Joe Davis, the guy doing play-by-play, who also just happens to be the Dodgers play-by-play guy for the entire regular season. So you get to hear basically his local version of the broadcast.
Oh, just going back. It's like, come on, man.
He was getting so hyped. He's becoming.
There was a lot of bat flipping too, where they like
there was
premature bat flipping.
But also,
the ladies don't like it.
I don't. I don't mind the premature bat flipping because
You can make them look stupid.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, it's one of two things is going to happen. Either you're going to look really stupid, and I'm going to enjoy that, or it's going to make the moment look that much cooler.
I like it
when they show the replay.
Pisses off the other team, and I'm like, oh, here comes a bow tie.
Yeah, just wait for that high and inside. Yeah, you got to hear Joe Davis explain the weather dynamics of Chavez Ravine and how if it was 65 degrees, and that's why the ball died at the warning track. If it had been in the third inning where it was still 72 degrees, then
his meteorologist report.
Exactly.
We have a local meteorologist letting you know the sports science on this.
Dude, he dug deep. Shout out John Brinkus, rest in power, King. He was digging deep into like throughout the regular season, a ball hit at 102 miles an hour with that launch angle would have been a home run 22 out of 45 times. So it really was the flip of a coin. It's like, dude, you got a little too excited. Yeah. You wanted to have your Dodgers moment. You ended up getting your Dodgers moment when eventually Freddie Freeman becomes the first guy ever, again,
to walk off.
Talking about
World Series
the history that we saw last night. Freddie Freeman now the only player with 2 walk-off home runs in World Series history.
When he did that, I was like, that one, I was like, it has to go. I was like, it has to be gone. No bat flip, just set the bat down. And I'm like,
he did it the hard way too. He went dead.
I was like, I'm at the bar. It's 2:00. Come on, man.
See, I was obviously with no dog in the fight here. I mean, I guess.
Oh, I got tired. I was like, come on, 16 innings?
I don't want to see the Dodgers win, but I certainly don't like seeing Canada win either. So it feels like it's
that's our neighbor to the north, sir.
Yeah, but it's America's pastime, not Canada's.
Do you like maple syrup?
It's the same way, the equivalent of like, I don't like seeing I don't want to see a Canadian team win the Stanley Cup ever again. I want to see America dominate their sport. And I want to see us dominate them in our sport.
You greedy American.
When it comes to sports, I am full-blown nationalist, baby. Like,
they're taking away the never-ending pancakes at IHOP,
Well, that's a catastrophe. I do have I have other chain restaurant news to break in the lightning round because while that might be devastating news, we do have good news elsewhere.
I don't know if they are. I'm just saying. The maple syrup shortage is true.
Yeah, I mean, again, like, I was rooting. I wanted them to play 27. Like, I want chaos. I wanted
history. I was like, okay, let's go 19. But like,
yeah. I also was curious to see. We ended up seeing Yamamoto, apparently volunteer to go to the bullpen and warm up to pitch.
He was warming up, and I was like, oh, my God.
Well, Joe Davis had said on the broadcast at first, apparently they asked Dave Roberts in between innings in like the 16th inning who pitches after Will Klein, and Dave Roberts had said, we're going to go positional player, which would have been insane. And at that point, I'm hoping to see that. Like, I want to see. But
a positional player gets the win,
right? Something ridiculous, if you've already given me 18 innings, you've already given me a guy that's gotten on base 9 times, tying in baseball record. Eventually, we got the record with the history with Freddie Freeman. But at that point, just give me the most wild ass scenario possible and let me keep seeing something I've never seen before in my life. You mentioned
But what about Kershaw with the last
That was a good moment.
The last, probably, like, if they use him, it's going to be something crazy like that again.
He should have walked in a run if Lucas had any plate discipline.
Man, that ump was horrible.
Well, and Kershaw,
he tightened it up at the end of the game, but in the beginning of the game, he was all over the place. But Kershaw,
he threw 2 ball fours in that at bat.
Bases loaded, retired year. He's not even supposed to be pitching. Comes in, 2 outs, bases loaded. When's the last time he's pitched?
Well, the Phillies rocked him in that series. What was that, round 2?
So, like, it's ridiculous. Like, I saw that and I'm like, man, this man's gonna get hit on, and it's just gonna.
I thought that was. I mean, I didn't have a whole lot of hope for Kershaw to get out of there without allowing
Especially
a
when it
run.
went full count.
Right,
I was like, oh, buddy.
But again, I think the only way you see Kershaw pitch again his entire career, which is the extent of however long this series goes, the only time I think you see him pitch again is if the game tonight or tomorrow goes 18 innings again, or it ends up being a blowout one way or another, and you're looking at a 10-2 game
Sydney
in
Sweeney and her twins are at the
10-2 game in the 6th inning. I didn't know she had sisters. It's a big family.
They're really big.
It's a big family, big family tree.
They eat a lot of.
A lot of wild foods on this National Wild Foods Day.
My eyes were attained.
Yeah, we do have the game. We do have the game on in here. It's 2-1 Toronto.
She had the little Marilyn Monroe haircut.
Top of the 5th.
Maybe she's doing a movie where
that would be
about Marilyn's life. She is curvy enough.
Yeah, I was about to say that would actually be believable to some extent.
But we digress. We got a lot to get to, man. Come on.
You mentioned the game in 2018 that went 18 innings. Did you see this fun fact floating around? So in 2017, World Series Game 2 went 11 innings.
Okay.
2018, Game 3 went 18 innings, that Dodgers-Red Sox game. Last year, Game 1 went to extra innings, went to 10 innings. And then, of course, last night went to 18 innings. Do you know what those 4 games all have in common with each other?
Dodgers.
Nope. Well, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
But do you know what else they have in common?
Same pitcher?
Very close. One same individual was involved in all 4 of those games. He was standing in front of the 50,000 plus crowd last night with his little guitar, just playing one strum at a time.
Oh.
Brad Paisley.
Oh, God.
Sang the national anthem at every single one of those games. Brad Paisley sang the national anthem at the 2 longest World Series games in baseball history. What a random...
I wonder if he's just going to get hired and all the advertising sponsors are going to be like, MLB's just, let's bring in the ringer.
Yeah, we need Paisley.
We need extra innings.
Yeah, we're going to need Paisley. He's like the... like when the NBA would bring Joey Crawford in to call games to extend a series, or what was it? It wasn't Joey. There was that other NBA official that was Scott Foster. Scott Foster was always the one that when it's an elimination game and Scott Foster is calling the game as the lead official.
Yeah.
The majority, it was like 80% of the time, the team losing the series wins that game. Which the NBA has
it's not rigged at all.
Right,
no, I mean the NBA with all its betting scandals and everything like that.
Zero integrity issues.
The Chiefs
whatsoever.
Somehow getting all the calls once again.
If you're referring to last night, they could have gotten 0 of the calls and it wouldn't have mattered.
Well, it was Mariota. I love how they try to hype that game up by being like, the 2 highest rated quarterbacks on Monday Night Football in the last so odd years is Jaden Daniels and Marcus Mariota. And I'm like, that's not, stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Do you think
This is going to be a routing.
And do you know who wasn't convinced by that fun fact? Vegas, because that was a double-digit point spread last night.
Oh, was
and
it?
The Chiefs covered. Yeah.
10.5?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I think it even got up to 11 in some places. But yeah, I will say this series, I feel like was, back to the World Series. It was missing a little bit of juice until last night.
Yeah.
Now I'm, if Toronto ends up.
Because it was 2 routes.
Right. And there wasn't a whole lot. It looked very, without being overly dramatic, it looked like Toronto got their win in game 1 in a big way. And then it was just going to be Dodgers in 5. And they won game 2. I
still think it's going to be Dodgers in 5, though. But.
See, that's why but at least
they lose this game.
Oh, no, if they lose this game, it's Dodgers in 5. Yeah, I completely agree. But after watching last night, at least now, if Toronto responds tonight, it feels like we do have a potential all-time series.
They don't have Springer.
No.
One of the most clutch hitters in postseason history.
Yeah, he turned up lame last night in extra innings during an at-bat and immediately grabbed for his side, which is
and
never
when this
good.
thing goes to the bullpen, which it will, who's going to have, the thing with 7-game series is this is why we always get the good games later, in which 7-game series are always magical, and it's always an offensive explosion most likely, is because you've seen the bullpen so many times. You know what they got.
And also, statistically, the Dodgers bullpen this postseason has been over 6 ERA, and the Blue Jays have been over 5. So I think it's real. Like last night was a perfect example. That Will Klein kid
it was
comes
crazy
in and throws 4 scoreless innings, throws 72 pitches, more than double the most he had ever thrown. It's going to be performances like that.
Yeah.
Like if the Dodgers win this series in 6 or 7, it'll be because Will Klein gave them 4 innings of shutout ball in game 3. Like it feels like the series now, I can actually see the 2 paths. Whereas before it felt like it was just inevitably going to steer toward the Dodgers. Now the Blue Jays have the disappointment of last night, come back, win this game tonight, and I feel like there's some, unquantifiable emotional value of responding as quickly, if they can win this tonight, responding to the disappointment of losing the way they did last night. And then all of a sudden it's a 2-2 series and 2 of the remaining 3 games are back at your stadium where your crowd is going to be absolutely insane if you can just get it to a 6 and 7.
With flappy heads and beady little eyes.
A lot of beady little eyes.
I mean, we're through 5. How many innings do you think Shohan is going to go?
I love how he's a mixture of Jeremy Sohan, Shohei Ohtani, and the Zohan, the old stupid Adam Sandler hairdresser movie. I can't imagine he goes beyond 6.
Yeah.
I mean, even he might be done now. I mean, what's the pitch count up to?
I don't know. It's been going kind of fast.
I just can't imagine
I think he threw 19 pitches the first inning, but he hasn't matched that yet. So
I can't imagine they do anything that would potentially risk, stretching him. So he's at 76 pitches right now.
He gets a good 6th inning. They got to bring him out with a 7, because your bullpen's gassed, man.
Yeah, I mean it's
and if you want your shine, Yamamoto's already shown you up.
God, Yamamoto's back-to-back complete game master classes like this.
What if he gets another back-to-back, another shutout inning, and it's hard for me or a shutout game, and only gives up 1 run to win it. It's hard for me not to pick him for MVP. But it's going to go to Ohtani.
I don't know if that's the case. I mean, if Yamamoto throws another complete game, I mean that would be potentially a game 7, wouldn't it? I'm trying to think of where his spot in the rotation is.
Well, he beats game 2, so it'd be game 6.
Okay. So you would get.
Yeah, it had to they have to lose. You know, are they doing 2-3-2 format? Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So they have to lose the game 5 at home.
If Yamamoto throws a complete game in the deciding game, I think
in Toronto.
Yeah, I think that's your unless I mean at the same time, Ohtani's OPS for the last 7 games is like it's over 2, man. It's ridiculous.
But he's not been like. Was he good on the first 2 games?
I mean, the fact last
night was ridiculous.
Yeah, no player's ever had 4 extra base hits in a World Series game, and he had 2 doubles, 2 home runs.
You sure on that one?
Pretty positive.
You
yeah.
sure on that one? This is me correcting you.
Unless Joe Davis was lying to me.
Reggie had 3 home runs. You telling me he didn't have a double that game?
I don't believe so. Most extra base hits.
He got the record for most on bases.
Yeah, no, Ohtani. The only other time that's been done, 1906.
So it has been done.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant the most extra base. Like he tied the record for most extra base hits in a postseason game.
Okay, he tied. Oh, I thought you said he had the record. So,
well, it's him and Frank Isbell. So,
Sweet Frankie.
Yeah, Sweet Frankie in 1906.
That's my man,
Frankie. That's the company he now has with Shohei Ohtani. Yeah, I mean, last night made me way more interested in tonight's game.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we might have a 7-gamer, not just a 7-gamer, but a potentially an all-time World Series if this thing.
They let Ohtani go back and put some extra pine tar on its bat.
See,
special treatment.
I'm sure he called timeout, used his 1 timeout. They're going to give him that.
Oh, and he strikes out on 3 pitches.
It's interesting.
Not my MVP.
It's interesting that the Blue Jays here decide to pitch to him, though.
Yeah.
It's still a 1-run game. It's only the 5th inning.
I would like to see the
but
stat.
You've walked him every at-bat so far.
What's his batting stats when he's pitching?
That's a good question. I wonder if the splits are considerably different.
I would assume because he's so consumed, and he's already said he loves pitching way more than he loves batting, But he's so locked in on pitching, especially the World Series. This is his dream, and he didn't get to pitch last year, did he? Or no?
No, because he was
injured,
rehabbing. He was recovering from the injury.
Yeah, so this is his dream, and I think. We just saw 3 straight pitches, man. He didn't even swing at the last one.
Yeah, he's probably. Yeah. I mean, again, he's already thinking about going out and getting through that 6th inning. I'm curious. I'm gonna make a note of that because I want to see. I bet the offensive numbers.
They have to dip. They have to dip.
Yeah, are significantly lower.
Yeah.
Ohtani splits when pitching. So, yeah, we've got the game on in the room with us, so we will keep an eye on that. But before we get too much further behind the clock, let me make my note here. 8:38
Market
means it's time for some Spurs notes, and by golly
geez.
It's a fun time to be a Spurs fan.
Oh, baby, man.
Where do you even want to start? So 4-0 ties the team record for the best ever start. First time they've done it.
Wemby was shocked at that record.
Since 2017.
He's like, "Are you serious?"
So they asked Wemby in the postgame after the home opener on Sunday, or maybe it was last night. It might have been last night after the game with Toronto. How much are you focused on getting to 5-0, becoming the first Spurs team to ever get there? And he was like, "What? Wait, really?"
Yeah,
they've never started 5-0.
The teams that actually did it weren't our big 3 faves.
You see that a lot.
It was when we had DeRozan. It was when we had Aldridge. When we had Kawhi was out that year after he stepped on the foot. 2016 because we won 2014.
Yeah,
and then the next year we were trying to repeat. Kawhi it was Zalakis, whatever. his name.
Zaza Pachulia.
Zaza.
Zaza's giant foot sliding under Kawhi's landing.
POS. Yeah, but like it was like none of those teams, none of the championship teams started out 4-0.
And I think there's two ways to look at that. There's one of your start, obviously, like a stupid cliche. It doesn't matter how you start; it matters how you finish. Which 4-0. When you look at the full 82 game season, 4-0 is the same as winning 4 games in the middle of January as it is.
My thing is we were contenders back then, so they made the first look at the Thunder, who they played the first 4 games.
Oh yeah, the marquee matchups to start the year.
Played. We haven't played a Golden State. Dallas, the worst offensive team in the league right now
by a wide margin.
Cooper Flag looks like an 18-year. It looks like an 18-year-old playing against men.
Yeah, and also injured now as well, which helps Dylan Harper and VJ Edgecombe's Rookie of the Year rating.
Went
chances,
up 1,
odds.
I love and hate. Like I gotta turn my mind frame around from the yesteryears of when we were contenders and winning chips and stuff like and we expected to win every year and we got disrespected and it was always LeBron James talk, always Kobe talk, always anybody else but the Spurs talk, to this is what's leading off on First Take.
Yep.
This is what's leading off on NBA TV. This is what's leading off on anything NBA related. It's Wembanyama. He's already odds-on favorite. He's second by a slim margin for MVP talk.
Yeah, still behind SGA.
And I don't understand how SGA doesn't have the defense Wemby does, and that's part of the MVP.
Yeah, and SGA has the team success. That's what's driving his MVP campaign. Obviously, winning it last year, them winning the title. It was always going to be him as the clear forerunner or front runner for the MVP this year. But I don't think. I mean, the fact that Wemby has closed that gap as quickly as he has is the real storyline, because, like you said, as the season goes on, if Wemby can even keep up 80% of the stats he's averaged so far, it's going to be really. And if the Spurs, again, continue the team success, it's going to be hard for MVP
all without
voters.
Our one true All-Star.
Right.
And De'Aaron Fox. When's he expected to come back?
Still no word.
Day to day still?
I mean, you remember on opening night when we were talking about it.
I thought they said a week.
So the reporters, majority of the Spurs beat guys, were saying 2 to 3 games and Fox and Sohan will both be back. Now we're 4 games in.
I think we're not trying to rush them.
I think that's where, when I think about what does this 4-0 start actually mean besides 4 regular season wins? What it means is you don't have to rush Fox and Sohan to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Your guys that are playing, it's more minutes for guys like Carter Bryant. Mm-hmm. It's more minutes for Champagnie. It's more minutes for Dylan Harper as the
he's almost the second leading scorer behind, like him and Castle.
Yeah,
right there.
Specifically, though, more minutes with him as the main playmaker, facilitator on the court.
Yeah.
Same way for Castle as well, because you mentioned it, when Fox does come back, that is your ball dominant point guard, your ball dominant guard that's going to be added to that rotation. So there's going to be a shift not only in minutes for the rest of the guys on the bench that will slot back into lesser roles, but it's going to be less time with the ball in your hand when De'Aaron Fox is on the court. Yeah. So that's where the early experience of a guy like Dylan Harper getting these opportunities without De'Aaron Fox suiting up is only going to benefit the Spurs in the long run, when Fox is eventually back, which shouldn't be much longer.
I'll tell you, like, the New Orleans game scared me. That went down to the wire. The one after, who did we play? Who did we play after New Orleans? We played Toronto yesterday.
Yeah, that was I've got a fun one for you for that. It was the Nets.
The Nets. That went down. That was close. We had to break it out in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, the Nets made a fake comeback there at the end.
But the stats, so we have the highest point differential in the league with 16.5. And we have the best defensive squad with only allowing 104 points.
And that's sustainable.
That's sustainable. And the closest ones are the defensive-driven Knicks at 107. I guess Chicago is turning around doing defensive. They're at 110.
That's not sustainable.
Not sustainable. And then you got the Thunder, who went to 2 overtimes, but playing quality teams. They're at 113. You know, so the Wemby effect, who extended the streak to like what, 85, 86
so
games?
He got a block with 3:59 left in the fourth quarter. Extend the streak to 89 straight games with at least one block. It either tied or he passed Patrick Ewing. He's now like 4th longest streak all time.
Nah, you need to correct that. I think you need to correct that stat because he passed, I think, Elgin Baylor or something. But Patrick Ewing is the record holder.
Oh, is that okay?
Yeah,
I read it wrong earlier.
I think he's halfway there.
Oh God,
that's how bad. Like, Patrick Ewing was a bad man on defense. But yeah, check out those stats. But went beyond every game. When you hear the all-stars of the league say he does something every game that just makes you just drop your jaw and be like, how is this freaking even possible?
145 straight games for Patrick Ewing.
So
and Wemby's at 89.
So he's 60 plus. Yeah,
it means
games.
If he keeps it going throughout this whole year, he would end up passing him in the back half of the regular season.
Which is ridiculous. How many Defensive Player of the Years did Patrick Ewing win? I know he won like 3 or 4.
Yeah, but that's the level you're talking. So in one sentence, we're comparing Wemby to Patrick Ewing, and then in the other sentence, we're comparing him to Jamal Crawford or Allen Iverson with the hand. Like, did you see the move last night?
Oh yeah,
as he's bringing the ball and just
through the legs, through the back,
behind the back,
around the. It's like
it's ridiculous.
That's just coming up the floor, going against a point guard,
right? Effortless. Like that's the level of absurdity you're seeing night after night. It's not the
drive to the hole 360 layup.
I was about to say the 360 layup's awesome. The alley-oop where he fakes the screen and slips to the basket for the dunk. Like all of
the logo 3.
All of the after he blocks 2 shots and then pulls up. Like all of those highlights are insane and draw the clicks and eyeballs. But it's even the small stuff. Like you said, like just bringing the ball up the court is something you've probably never seen someone 7'5" be able to do. And now it might actually be 7'6".
The genetic experiment of Yao Ming. This is what they were trying to produce, but they did not. The French got it right.
Yeah, but it's insane.
And his brother's coming. His brother is 18 years old. He will be in the draft. I don't know if this year or next year.
Yeah, but I think we might have a Thanos versus Giannis situation.
Yeah.
I mean,
one's clearly the better one.
Yeah, which again, we're talking about the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference players of the week in between Wemby and Giannis. So like if you're not as good as your older brother, it's not like it's your older brother was all district and you were honorable mention. Like those guys are all-time greats. So like
it isn't LeBron and Bronny here. You know what I'm saying? We're not that far of a gap. But
no, I don't think so.
There still is a gap, but I mean, the one thing that shot out to me, he didn't even attempt a 3 yesterday. Shot 85% from the field.
I like that.
Like,
what was it? 9 for 11, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
And he's just not settling on those threes. He averaged 9 3-pointers a game last year. 9. So the work with Akeem, the work with as you said, Jamal Crawford on the handles.
KG.
Yeah, KG. He is literally, they showed a side-by-side picture yesterday of him doing it. Like the dream, like, oh, the feint, turn around back, fade away.
The dream shake.
Yeah, the dream shake. And he's doing exactly what he's teachable. And that is very rare in a superstar like that, to be willing to be taught and not get that ego, you know?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think just add that to the, as special as he is as a player, that's another way, like the moldability, the openness, the thirst for knowledge, can't forget the monks, like
to get your mind right, having to deal with all this.
Because that's a big part of it too.
Yeah.
One of the stats, I saw Spurs PR put this out last night or this morning. So 9 times in basketball history, in NBA history, a team has been held to 20 rebounds or less, just meaning they got dominated on the boards.
That was last night.
So last night was one of those games. The Raptors, as a team combined, only had 20 rebounds. And just to put it in further context, in a league now where so many shots are being, like, offense is through the roof, shot attempts are through the roof, offensive numbers are through the roof, to dominate a team that much on the boards and only give up 20 rebounds, here's the years of other games where there were 20 or less rebounds.
80s and 70s.
Ironically, none from the 80s.
Wow.
But you have to go back even further. So the least
Wilt
amount
Chamberlain years.
The least amount ever was 8 and 9, and both of those happened in the 1950 season. But for more closer comparison, the other games where a team only had 20 rebounds, 1974, 1998, 2014. Years where a team only had 19 rebounds, 1975, 1999. So it hasn't been done in over a decade, and it's only been done once since 2001.
Yeah.
Like, that's 24 years. It's only happened one other time.
And it's in the age of, hey, you can't touch the players like you could.
Right.
Can't go Bill Laimbeer in them and stuff.
And that's where, when you were rolling through those defensive numbers, the defense combined with the rebounding dominance, obviously all of that starts and revolves around Wemby. But those are two aspects of winning basketball teams.
Yeah.
Those are two things every championship team does well.
The Pacers, the Knicks, the Thunder, of course, and then Denver. They're all great defensive teams. I put Denver on the short one on that list, but now the Spurs, we're not going there. We are there. We are there. Like, with Dylan Harper is a great defensive. Castle's a shutdown defender. Sohan when he comes back is a top tier defender. Wemby's all world. What else do you need? And then we have Vassell with the steals, and our fast break's good with Wemby running the court, getting those easy, alley-oops. This is going to be. So I'm not the only one, and I don't want to rush this. I know 82-0 is not achievable. But one of my good friends who is out in California, who is diehard Texan, all about the Spurs, all about the Cowboys. He went to Vegas this past weekend and put a bet down. He did put $50 for the Spurs to win it all
this year.
You know what the odds were?
I bet there's still. I mean,
and this is last week before we seen the
before we saw the 4 games. I bet it was still closer to 200 to 1 than 100 to 1.
It was plus 6,000.
Oh yeah.
So that $50 is gonna win him
30 grand?
Yeah, no, 3,500.
3,000. I did one too many zeros.
Yeah. So he's got that in the books, man. And shout out to him, even though he was the one that I blocked by picking up Joe Flacco, and I haven't heard I'm still hearing about it. Okay. It was a strategic move. It worked. All right.
You're going to continue to hear about it, but you'll probably hear less about it if he cashes that $3,000 winning slip. Again, obviously a lot of basketball to be played, starting with Thursday night against the Heat.
Yeah.
Do the Spurs get to 5-0 for the first time ever?
Who are we looking at? Tyler
Will
Hero?
LG see history made in the Frost Bank Center?
LG, you got to steal something from there, man. We got to get a piece of memorabilia in there.
LG will be our piece of memorabilia. He'll be the hit of nostalgia. Anytime we look at LG, we'll think about that first 5-0 start
shelf here and just have him sit on it.
Yeah, we need
a small individual.
Need a Spurs shrine right there. I think the bigger question is, will the Spurs win their Emirates NBA Cup opening group stage game that comes down not this Friday but next Friday?
Oh, so we don't know the groups yet?
No, we know the groups. We know the first game is against the Rockets. It's Rockets. It's a tough group. Rockets, Warriors, Nuggets, Trailblazers is the Spurs group.
And only 2 come out of that group?
I believe only 1 does, but I have to brush up on my NBA Emirates Cup.
The Emirates?
Format.
What's the other group?
Well, clearly
that's a murderer's row lineup.
Yeah,
dude.
Clearly the NBA. I mean, if you were the NBA's,
how many groups are there? Like 4?
3 in each conference, I believe.
3 in each conference, and we got the murderer's row. Like, there's no other tougher matchup than that.
I would hesitate to argue with you. I think there's probably no question that's definitely the most difficult group in the Western Conference.
I mean, I guess if you have OKC and LA and
no, OKC got it pretty. So OKC, Minnesota are in the same group.
Okay,
but the rest of that group is Suns, Kings, Jazz. Watch out for Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah, he's not bad.
51 last night.
He's not bad. His little young man curls.
And then the leftover group is Clippers, Lakers, Grizzlies, Pelicans, Mavs. So yeah, I mean, I think if you're looking at the fact that the Spurs group has 4 potential playoff teams,
those could possibly be
4
the top
of the 5. 4. Very possible.
Like 1 through 4. Those all get the pass in the playoffs.
Very possibly could. So
oh my God.
Yeah,
dude.
we'll be keeping an eye.
We're still gonna win.
Keeping an eye on not only the group NBA Cup group stage game, but of course, hopefully we see history Thursday night.
Oh, we gonna see it. Put it in the banks. Mark it down.
I thought you were gonna say put it in the rafters, because did you see what else happened at Frost Bank while no one was paying attention, while no one was there to see it, celebrate it, cheer for it, applaud it?
Ooh.
They raised another banner up into the rafters.
Is it Pop?
It's Pop.
Oh,
it's
Pop,
his total. It's his total wins, and it's right there next to the big 3, right next there.
Oh, of course he's not going to make a
Tony,
celebration of it. He's like, nah.
It's pretty great.
Yeah,
it's pretty great. Everything about it is. I mean, one obviously.
How did Tim Duncan allow that to happen?
Because it's Pop.
Well, and
because you're never going to.
And as Pop says, he was not Tim Duncan was the real coach.
I mean,
I was just glad I was along for the ride.
There would be no Pop 1,300 and whatever career wins if it wasn't for Duncan.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Manu and Duncan. If it wasn't for Tony, Manu, and Duncan. If it wasn't for
I'm surprised those
Bruce,
3,
Tony, Manu.
I think they're gonna get together and they're gonna surprise him. They're gonna call him out maybe when he can speak better.
Yeah, it wouldn't. I do wonder if eventually we don't get some sort of Pop appreciation night, even though he would hate it.
Oh, it's gonna be it's gonna be a national holiday. I think they're or at least a city holiday.
Yeah, I did see our city council put the brakes on the idea to rename the airport after Pop.
Oh God,
They
why not?
they shot that
What's it named after
because
now?
we're run by idiots, dude. I don't know.
Like-
I mean, it was a rare like bipartisan agreement where both sides were like, no, absolutely not. We're not doing that. If I remember the vote tally correctly.
Oh wow, he's gonna try to score, and he's. Oh no, he didn't. He pulled up.
As we downshift and move into some football talk, I just realized, LG, I never got you to tell the good people how they can actually help support this program. And I know you laid out as soon as Cap started launching into his demands for Spurs access and memorabilia. So why don't you help us out, chime in here, tell the good people how they can support the program.
Show that pretty little face of yours.
Yeah, hit that subscribe button. See the bats on the screen. Just click the button.
Seasonal Blood.
There you go.
That's
the
a good
ghost.
That's a good band name, Seasonal Blood.
Yeah, it's a good punk rock name.
I could hear them opening for Viagra Boys.
There you go. Or you could jump
it
into
all
Super
women?
Chat.
I barely got that drink of water down. Yes,
Careful.
the super chats.
Is that FCC? I mean,
You
No, just careful.
just
with the-
careful with the equipment
Yeah.
that I'm
Is it-
drinking water while you're
I
dropping
was like, does that count as the in and out rule?
feminine hygiene jokes. Yeah, no, we if we do get any super chats, we get to those right before the lightning round each episode. And as LG said, the subscriptions absolutely free, will never cost you anything, and they help us keep moving further and further up the YouTube
Or you could
algorithm.
be like my man Greg and be a member and do those cool emoji Spurs things.
Yeah, shout out Greg, our
It's the best $5 he's gonna spend.
the lone. I think
We
we
got
have
two.
We have two. Yeah, yeah.
Make it 2.
We need to do like while we still have very minimum membership levels,
Yeah.
we need to do like a monthly dinner or something. like where it's just like, yeah, we take you out.
Here's a gift ticket to Taco Cabana. Go
Yeah,
find
yeah,
one.
yeah. Come have a steak, but as long as it's
I got a beer with your name on it. Greg.
$3.99 as the lunch special at the chosen pasty establishment of your choosing. You want to do some NFL talk?
Let's do it.
Mark it down. We are jumping into little cow notes before we do the main seggy. I honestly, I'm not gonna spend a lot of time wasting your time rehashing that Cowboy game.
Are we gonna revisit Dak Prescott being an elite quarterback? Because that was probably one of the worst performances I've seen all year of him.
I mean, well, there's absolutely
we all
no
have bad games,
question that was the worst performance, because every performance we've seen except that one was amazing. Statistically, top 3 league wide. I mean, you can make all the noises and faces you want, but 2 + 2 will always equal 4 despite your pushback. And
Sometimes the Cowboys are good during the regular season. You know?
so this one is even more of a yo-yo than I can remember. I mean, it feels like they're obviously a handcuffed team with the worst statistical, these numbers you'll agree with, the worst statistical defense in the entire league.
Yeah.
And that's not even close. I mean, they're not just bottom. They are, you could fit 3 teams in between them
They're
and
the power
and
bottom.
second. That's correct. Yes. End up losing 44-24 up in Denver. They haven't won in Denver since I was 6 years old.
Really?
Yes, correct. Yeah. And
John
so
Elway just used to abuse
remind me, dude, they used to get abused by like Trevor Siemian. You know, like it.
Tebow.
Yeah. Yeah. Remind me what the hell I was thinking when I picked Dallas plus 3.5. Because
you just eat up all those little the Cowboys, their offense is that good, they can put up 40 points.
I thought, and if they had put up 40, they wouldn't have covered 3.5 because they would have lost by 4.
Where was the passes to Jake Ferguson?
He was non-existent.
He got like 1 target.
Look, I think out of all of the
Killing on
Cowboys
fantasy teams, man.
out of all of the Cowboys offensive numbers, Ferguson's are the ones that I am like, those are a little inflated. They haven't been the same level of explosive Ferguson plays we've seen in the past.
He's a safety net.
Very much so, and he's always been that, but we've always seen him take some of those plays where he's the safety net and turn a 7-yard catch into a 27-yard catch.
Yeah.
And we're not seeing any of that kind of explosiveness from him this year. And he was totally MIA Sunday. We'll start with him.
And that's without Dre Greenlaw on the field.
Yeah. I was listening to some of the Sean Payton clips of him post-game, and he was very, very clear that the way they had talked about this game all week in Denver's locker room was, look, they have the worst defense in the league. I have faith in you, offense, that you're going to do enough to keep us in this game, give us a chance to win.
Yeah.
But the way Sean Payton was framing it is our defense has been much talked about. We're leading the league in sacks by a wide margin. We've heard all year how good our defense is from everyone outside this building.
Now we get to go against the best offense.
Bingo.
And that's what he was geeked about.
Exactly.
And,
That's exact. And, I mean, I've got Sean Payton in the winners column for that exact reason. He challenged his defense all week.
Hugh Funga stepped up.
Yep.
Was huge, you know.
They've got some they've got some really, really, really good pieces that, because they're playing in Denver, aren't national names, but are every bit as good or better than anyone else in the league at their position. And as a unit, I mean, granted,
Surtain's going to miss a couple weeks.
that hurts.
That hurts big time. Because, he doesn't even get past 2, man.
It's funny because defensive player of the year last year, Patrick Surtain. It was funny because the first injury looked way worse than the injury that ended up keeping him out of the game.
It looked like a shoulder injury, right?
So the injury that is bothering him that's now going to keep him out of games is the shoulder injury. The first one looked like it might have been like a shin or leg, something bad with that. But he only misses one play there. And Dak, instead of targeting the corner that came in to guard Pickens one-on-one,
he throws the interception.
He throws the other side where they end up having to settle for the field goal, which brings me, I think this is officially the first loss that falls on Shoddy's shoulders. And not Eberflus, not the entire team. This was a Shoddy loss.
What was it at the end of the half? Y'all had a chance to just march it up, to throw one more pass. You were at the 70-yard mark, which we all want to see it. We all want to see it.
Yep.
See if Aubrey can do it. And if you're going to do it anywhere, Mile High Stadium's to do it.
Yep. Although I will say,
he can do it without a Mile High Stadium.
And he plays half his games in a petri dish of a stadium that's all controlled like Jerry World is.
Yeah. Petri
on
dish.
turf.
I agree with the Petri dish. There's a lot of bacteria.
Yeah, it's North Texas. I can say that. I'm from there.
But then he tries to force the ball downfield and
I'll tell you why that was, because Dak knew before that game even started, but especially at the 2-minute warning of the first half, field goals aren't going to cut it, which is why I say Shoddy, this is the first one on Shoddy's shoulders.
Yeah.
Because first possession of the game, you get the interception, and then you drive down to the 1-yard line. You end up having the false start, and so now you're at the 6-yard line. You still got to go for it. You've got to get points. You've got field goals or not go. Shoddy has to start calling games like he has the worst defense in the league. And I thought Sunday was the first time.
it, man.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Because you have to. And also, if you do become that level of bravado, gusto, gambling, gonna go for it, that also returns pressure back onto the opposing defense, where they know we don't have to stop this team 3 times to get the ball back. We have to stop them 4
times. Yeah.
And that changes the whole strategy. It
if
changes
they get
the
in
whole
between the 40s, that's 4-down territory.
Exactly. And I think a lot of it, I mean, I have Brandon Aubrey on the losers list because he didn't get to attempt a potentially record-breaking field goal. But I also think
give the people what they want.
The more, I mean, I wanted to see it, and that was the first thing I thought of when Dak threw that interception was now we don't get to see the field goal attempt. But if you are going to watch these games with the idea that the Cowboys can still win games this season, you've got to stop thinking in terms of, oh, we just get to midfield and we'll get a field goal. Because field goals with how bad the defense is don't matter whatsoever.
Just give us one time of him trying.
And that would have been the one time where you can kind of tell
because
this is not going to turn around.
The interception, it wasn't like he was going to complete that and then complete a 35-yard pass to the touchdown.
No, you were probably still going to settle.
You were still going to settle for the field goal, and that's what killed me. Is like there was 13 seconds on the clock or something. You know,
there was also the drive in the third quarter. When Cowboys get down, it's 4th and 5, and he chooses to punt. At that point, the game's definitely over now.
Yeah.
Because again, if you're punting at 4th and single digits, whether it's 4th and 1 or 4th and 9, with how bad your defense is, what faith and what have they shown you outside of the one game against Washington? What faith do you have that they will ever get a stop and play complimentary football? He's calling games like
you're going to keep them under 20. You're never going to do it.
And he's calling games in a normal organization where things aren't so lopsided one way versus the other. You can call games where you're trying to complement each units on your roster. Shoddy can't do that. There's nothing complimentary about the offense to the defense on the Cowboys right now. And so he's got to call games where everything is complimentary to the offense because you pretty much know what your defense is going to do every time they're on the field, and that's at minimum give up 3 points.
And you know, that's how he's probably already lost it, but that's how you lose a locker room. Is when you basically say, "Hey, I'm an offensive specialist, and I do have no faith whatsoever in the defense. That's why I'm going to go for it on 4th downs. I'm going to put y'all into some bad circumstances sometime because I have zero faith that you're not going to let an 80-yard drive happen." And that's when you have a defense give up and not gang tackle, but they're still not doing it.
Well, and also
so that's why I'm like, you lost him before you had him. But I think that was the Micah Parsons trade.
Yeah, I mean, you lost your defense when you traded.
Jerry sabotaged the
of course
crap out of him.
And
man.
the game on Sunday, they had 2 guys that they called up from the practice squad Sunday morning. They had 4 defensive starters missing the game. So, like, the guys that were already struggling to play anywhere close to average level NFL defense, those guys weren't even available for you. And you still called the game as if you had Micah Parsons still, as if you had actual functioning average level starters.
And a Max Crosby isn't going to fix that defense.
No, and that's where, before we do winners and losers, I do want to talk about the trade deadline for a minute because
November 4th.
There's 3 ways I think you can look at it. One, now there's a very honest question to be had of what do you do with George Pickens?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm still.
I'd sell him to get picks.
See,
like who needs him right now?
Well, I mean, he would be great in Buffalo, a contender. Hopefully, potentially overpaying for him. Ironically, the Steelers need a receiver, but I think that's where the philosophical question becomes: are you any trade you're making?
Tampa?
Yeah, I mean that'd be
Tampa would be nice because Mike Evans this might be his last year in Tampa.
And who knows if he's even coming back, how long he's out with the collarbone. I think the question becomes whatever moves you make or potentially don't make, I don't think they really mean a whole lot to this season to begin with. But
I don't think y'all making the playoffs.
No. What would make anyone? I mean, but this is what's going to happen.
What would make anyone? I don't know.
I'll tell you.
Cowboys fans make me think a lot of different weird stuff.
The fact that they're likely to win the next 2 games, beat the Cardinals, beat the Raiders, and then we're just playing with the yo-yo, and we're right back where we were after the Washington win. But the question,
Cardinals going to win that game, dude.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We have to pick it because we got to get our picks in.
Yeah, we're getting our picks in. I'm already telling you. Are they favored? Are they favored?
We shall see together because I haven't looked at them yet.
Yeah.
The question becomes, though, any move you don't make this year by the trade deadline doesn't have to be for this season, like the Pickens deal.
Yeah.
Like I would be negotiating with Pickens.
Give me a second this year and a first the year after.
See, that's where I still lean. I would be negotiating the contract extension with Pickens right now. Get that locked in. If the Raiders truly budge and make Max Crosby available, that's a guy who's locked into a contract for 3 more years after this one at a number that is reasonable. Yeah. You're not paying him Micah Parsons money. Why would you not want Max Crosby on your roster next year?
Yeah,
that's not Trey Hendrickson, who's at potentially the end of what his body can give to an NFL team. Yeah. Crosby is still. If you punt George Pickens this year, that tells me you're not trying to win games next year either. Because guess what you're going to need to find in the offseason? A number 2 wide receiver.
Yeah,
that's not on this roster right now.
You mean that's not Turpin?
You mean that's not Jalen Tolbert or Ryan Flournoy, who had the one big game a couple weeks ago?
What's up with your Carolina guy?
Which one? Rico Dowdle, who they let walk?
No, the receiver that y'all got.
Oh, yeah. No, Mingo's coming along.
Mingo?
Yeah. He's coming along.
Still on the practice squad, but
No. He's been hurt.
He's been hurt?
He's been hurt.
We're going to unleash Mingo.
We're about to.
Unleash the Ming.
I think the question, like, I would still like to see. I don't want to see Dallas do any small steps, small moves. Like, I don't want them to get a rental because we've seen the rentals like Kenneth Murray.
Would you like them to see
Sanborn,
no moves this year?
I would rather see.
I mean, because the George Pickens. The only reason why I don't think that's going to happen is the agent's already pissed at Jerry. The agent was like, you blew, like...
Yes and no.
You overstepped... He basically looked at Jerry and said, you overstepped your bounds.
No
and
question.
tried to make a deal without me in the room. And then once I got involved, you tried to hardball me.
Right.
So therefore, I'm going to remember that.
But you know what changes those bad feelings? Money.
Yeah. But who doesn't give a lot of money...
But he does to guys that sell jerseys like CD, like Dak, like
this game
Zeke.
is getting broken open, man.
We're going to see. Hopefully, we're going to see a long series.
Gave up 4 runs on this one. I mean, he could like 7th inning. He basically got taken out with 0 outs.
See, I'm surprised they stretched him to 7. That's where again
likes to be stretched.
The question of where do you want. What are your goals for the Cowboys this season? Because I think right now your goal needs to be building for next year, which is why I would say I don't want to see any moves if it's just the type that we saw your Niners make today. Take a flyer on a former 2nd-round pick from New England who's out of their rotation. I don't even want to give up a 6th-round pick.
But all we did was swap late-round trades.
Yeah, 6 and 7. Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, that kind of move doesn't really – I don't want to lose any draft capital unless it's for someone of Max Crosby level.
Let's not compare the two because it's not injury-related. Ours is injury-related. Yours is building for the future related.
But it's still – I mean, I would argue it's just the reason they signed Jadeveon Clowney is because they traded Micah and they had injuries on the defensive line. Like, it's still – Cowboys have a need on the defensive line. I would just rather see continued
y'all
development.
Didn't have depth. Y'all didn't have depth at all.
No.
So like
they did. That's the thing though. They did until they traded Micah. And then when everyone slides up a slot,
that's not depth though. You have one good guy that's your fifth.
But that's what I'm saying.
The depth is you got 8 starting DLs.
That's what I'm saying though. When you have Micah on one side and then your other side rotation is Dante Fowler and Donovan Ezeraku, and then you've got Nealand and Sam Williams as your depth backups. Now all of a sudden Sam Williams is playing the second most snaps of any defensive lineman on the team.
Yeah.
That's where, because Micah is really
okay, you have
players,
depth, but you don't have good
2.5. Right. Or you have depth that are still like Ezeraku. Ezeraku looks like he's going to be the second best pass rusher in this most recent draft class.
On the worst defense.
Besides Abdul Carter. But defensive line, that doesn't change.
Watch out, Mikael Williams his PFF rating is,
he's third in pass rush and win percentage at the line. That's your ranking. It's Carter, Ezeraku, and then your guy Williams.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm saying I would rather see Ezeraku get more playing time than bringing in someone of that second or third tier just to fill a depth position, because that's not going to change anything.
Yeah.
But if you're going to make a move, make it for someone that's going to be a part of this nucleus, of this core for multiple years, for the next at least 2 years minimum, hopefully 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So nothing they do is going to fix it. So that's why I lean more towards don't do anything, because it's unfixable at this point. They need 5 defensive starters. That's what they need right now. At minimum.
I was like minimum.
At minimum. They need
because
5.
they got to replace Diggs, even though he was garbage.
They have 3 defensive linemen that you can feel confident in going into next year. Kenny Clark, Osa, Ezeraku, and then your 4th.
There's no
so
star
you're missing.
there.
Well, again, we're seeing Ezeraku develop, show more over the last 3 weeks. We'll see what he looks like at the end of the year. No, you traded your star. Again, I keep going back to that because it's insane that they did it a week before the regular season started. And literally, it's like the sheriff from Blazing Saddles where he's holding himself hostage. That's what Jerry did to himself, and then acted like, he got great value when it was, if you're going to do it, you should have done it back around the draft. Quickly, we'll do some winners and losers. Winners, mention Sean Payton. Anytime Sean Payton plays the Cowboys, they always talk about Jerry Jones. The Jones family loves Sean Payton. He's the reason they found Tony Romo. And anytime Sean Payton can run up the score against Dallas, history shows
he wanted that job.
He enjoys that.
He wanted that job.
I argue. I think Sean Payton likes the fact that everyone has always said he should have been the Cowboys coach, but I think Sean Payton is such a megalomaniac that he would never take the job because he never wants to work for Jerry as anything more than a coordinator.
I think he just wanted
or a position coach.
I think he wanted to have the chance to say no, but he didn't get.
That's
the chance.
Probably true.
Yeah,
yeah, that's probably absolutely
because he brought in Parcells,
right? Which is how we got. I believe that's where Eberflus actually came in the first time as well, or it was that group right after Parcells left. Yeah. Other winners. Trayvon Diggs. He doesn't have to play on this defense for at least 4 more weeks. They placed him on IR, not concussion-related IR. Now it's the knee that he rushed back to play in week 1. Now that knee has given him trouble. I don't think Diggs plays another game for the Cowboys in his career. Other winners, Javonte Williams returned to Denver. Not a whole lot of yards, only 41 yards on like 13 carries.
But he still get 2 tutties or what?
He had 2 of the Cowboys' 3 touchdowns, which
are 1 yard. Yeah.
And even when you're getting blown out, it's got to feel good to score 2 touchdowns against the team that let you walk out of their
let's
facility.
go ahead and say Javonte Williams let them down because, like I said, I drafted him for 4 years.
Javonte Williams' body let him down. I mean, he shredded the knee and then was never the same guy.
Until this year.
And even now,
I think he's wearing down.
I was about to say, even now.
How do you like the Miles Sanders not in position and gets the...
Well, how about the Jaden Blue getting some reps and immediately shows exactly what he showed at Texas, the fumbling issues.
Yeah.
The only other winner I had from the game, I bet you'll never guess.
The mascot.
Pretty close. So Denver is in the process of doing their own Project Marvel.
Oh, wow.
They want a new stadium. And
that stadium is like when you're driving downtown Denver, that stadium is
awesome.
Awesome. Yeah.
So we are losing.
And they want another stadium?
I have the winner as outdoor stadiums. We're potentially going to lose Chicago as an outdoor stadium and Denver as an outdoor stadium over the course of the next 5 years. So the reason specifically Denver, Colorado, or Chicago's got its own issues and reasons.
Yeah.
But Denver doesn't have a large-scale indoor event center, so they can't get the Metallica tour, the Taylor Swift tour, all of the Bad Bunny if he ever plays
all that
the
goes
USA.
To Red Rocks during the nice season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Denver wants a retractable roof or dome set up so Minneapolis, as soon as they built their new stadium and Detroit, they started getting all of these massive 100,000 person tour, like the Paul McCartney tour.
Yeah.
Giant shows like that. So Denver is pushing to get a new stadium built basically in their version of where the Frost Bank Center is now. Oh, no, we'll do a lot of development and we'll refurbish.
They probably want it out there next to the airport because that's a 30-minute drive.
Not that far. It's still in the Denver metro.
Oh,
but it's
on the north side?
It's in the hood. Like they're
the hood's the east side.
That's what I'm saying. That's
it's
where
on
they're
the east side?
Yeah. That's where they're looking at trying, because they're tying it in with their own promises of redevelopment and refurbing and revitalization. But
yeah, you cross that highway. I saw like a restaurant. And
it's not all white stoners.
It may be another shop I was trying to go to, and I'm like, oh, that's a pretty good deal on Weed Maps. And I went over there and I was like, damn, I'm in the hood. All right. I told
normally that
told
means
the wife, I was like, don't get out the car.
Normally that means you're going to get the good stuff.
Oh, I know. I was like, I'm still going to go.
Yeah. I would hate to see, as much as I love the Alamo Dome for UTSA football, there is something about football being played in the elements, and cities like Denver, where the weather is such an element.
The snow games.
Exactly.
Buffalo,
all of that. Yeah.
Green Bay.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Like we were saying.
Just make an event center, man. That was, I've never been because I never went to Denver during football season, and the one time a couple times I did, they were at away games.
Yeah.
Because I would have gone. And it just looks amazing.
It looks awesome.
Yeah, like when you're driving down, like when you see the curves
it's right
and
there.
everything.
And when you're on the elevated interstate, you're like eye level, like right next to the 500 section.
You're literally driving right next to it and looking at this beautiful architecture.
Yeah, unfortunately, it feels like out in 20 years, outdoor stadiums will be one of those, like a rotary dial phone. It's like, I can't believe y'all played sports outside.
I mean, climate change isn't real, bro. Even though we're having like one of the biggest late season hurricane in the world.
Yeah, minor details. Minor details.
Prayers out to you there, Jamaica.
Yeah,
and
next
now
up, Cuba and Guantanamo. Losers. I mentioned. I thought this was the first loss that Shoddy can actually take the bulk of the responsibility for, but. That being said,
Shoddy/Dak.
Well, I've got Dak on the losers too, but
he was staring down receivers, making horrible decisions. Didn't see the nickel.
No,
he was throwing. He
was forcing the ball because of one, the Broncos' defense was smothering, and two, because his own defense was smothering his mindset. His own knowing that you have no defense that can complement you. You're
if
forcing
he hasn't figured
balls.
that out in week 8,
No, that's what I'm saying.
you know,
though.
like no, he
Like it was a bad game. Like there's nothing. 2 interceptions first time.
Well, speaking of bad games, you
Well,
want to get in? You got one more?
I've got losers to get to, as I just said.
All right. Well,
Shoddy first one, loss on his. You just want to fucking bag. That was
just
all.
do your job,
Let me
bitch.
mark that. Because I think I might have just. You might have gotten me to almost. I don't know. LG thumbs up, thumbs down. Was that F full F or can we get by with it?
I didn't hear it.
The despite Shoddy taking the bulk of the loss from the coaching perspective, the Eberflus scheme situation rollout is only more confusing week to week because you ready for this stat?
Yeah, what's the
The Broncos had 4 first half touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
They only faced a third down 3 times in the first half of that game.
What was the zone versus man-to-man?
So in specifically
Because they did more man-to-man last week.
last week, we saw they had gone from being 97% zone in the first 6 weeks to last week showing almost a 50-50 split. It was like 48% to 52%. So if you just look at the overall numbers from comparing last week and Sunday, comparing weeks 7 and 8, they still look like they rolled out more man coverage. But when you actually look at the game log of when what they were running the first 3 quarters of that game, they reverted right back to the heavy zone scheme. And then in the fourth quarter, when they had corners playing safety, no one in a position they were familiar with, then he was forced to run man because no one knew they had guys that were literally on the practice squad 12 hours before
they
the
got
game
2 people
kicked
in the
off.
same zone and
Exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
So he tried to run the old scheme.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, same results as when he tried to run it the first 6 weeks
I'm
of the
gonna put
season.
RJ Harvey in the winners of bracket. 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing, 1 passing.
Yeah,
I drafted you in 4 leagues, buddy.
Oh,
All right?
did you actually play him?
Yes. In 3 of the 4 leagues.
Nice.
Because I was on bye week hell. And come on, we gotta use Harvey. Give me more Harvey.
So specifically, Bobby Belt had this. He put it out on X. In the first 3 quarters of that game Sunday, the Cowboys only ran 4 snaps where they were in man-to-man coverage.
He went right back
He went right.
Did I say that?
Right back to it.
Did I say that? I was like, he's gonna
Right
go
back
right
to
back.
it.
He's like, I'm gonna really trick him. I'm gonna go right back to the thing that doesn't work.
Just to show you how bad it was. So Denver scored on 7 of their 12 possessions overall in the game, but it's actually worse than that sounds, which is hard to believe. 6 touchdowns and 1 field goal were the 7 scores. 1 interception on the first possession of the game where the defender didn't do anything. There was a receiver and quarterback mix-up. Bo Nix throws the ball way behind him, just right to a Cowboys defender. Then they had 2 punts. So there's 7 scores out of 10 possessions, with one of those possessions being an interception where you didn't do anything to earn it except catch a ball thrown right at you. The other 2 possessions Denver had was the kneel down at the end of the first half and the kneel down at the end of the second half. So really, it was 7 scores on 10 possessions. Denver scored on 70% of the possessions where they weren't kneeling the ball to end one of the halves.
And that's why they are the last in the league.
Lastly, I mentioned Aubrey as a loser as well because I wanted to see the field goal attempt.
We all wanted to see it. America wanted to see it.
The 2 names that I've seen enough of on the Cowboys defense, Kenneth Murray Jr. and Sam Williams, both of them. Kenneth Murray, expiring year of his deal that he originally signed with Tennessee. Yeah. Sam Williams, expiring year of his deal from his draft rookie deal with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I kind of like Trayvon Diggs. If neither one of them ever played another snap for the Cowboys, I'm perfectly fine because we've got to see what
Team Micah's got to go out. They got to leave with they got to leave with them.
I want to see. At least with as bad as this defense is, neither one of those two guys is changing anything. We got to see what guys like Shamar James, Ezra Raku. Give me more James Houston. Hell, try James Houston at linebacker. It's what he played in college. They got to get creative with it. But yeah, it's on to Arizona, where we will be picking here after we do our recap, starting with maybe Vegas was right about your Niners.
Yeah, did they know that we weren't going to ride McCaffrey? That we were just going to give him 9 touches?
They knew
game?
Something.
Like, they're like, no, the guy that's getting 30 touches a game, they said to us, hey, we're only going to let him touch the ball 9 times this game. And then absolute, Mac Jones just looked like the New England Mac Jones. There's nothing to really take away from the game. We lost 3 more defensive linemen. Like, we have 7 on IR to speak of.
Oof.
Yeah, so, I mean, these little D linemen, we're plugging holes, man, And all we can do is just stay in there. Like, my hopes to win the division are still there only because we won the first 3. We got 3 wins in the division.
It's nice to have those banked.
Yeah, but when I look at the schedule, we got to play the Colts, which I thought was an easy win. It's not. It's looking like Jonathan Taylor's taking that best running back in the league award.
At least statistically.
Statistically, right now, MVP candidate. In my opinion, he is the MVP at the moment. And then we playing the Bears. That's not going to be an easy game. We're going to play the Giants in Death Life Stadium, and I'm just so afraid of who else is going to get hurt. I'm so tired of seeing it's an ugly scene. Something's got it. I'm bringing some sage in here next week, and we're gonna sage this place. We're gonna sage all my Niners hat. I'm gonna line them up, sage them all.
When did you say y'all play the Bears?
I think we play the Bears in 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Oh no, Bears is second to last game.
Second. Okay. So
okay. Yeah.
Who do we play 2 weeks from now?
Your next one
is the Rams.
No. Your next one is
the Giants.
Giants traveling Sunday for a noon game, and then the Rams.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. The Rams.
And y'all have already had your bye week, right?
No, our bye week's week 14, which is
that's weird.
We have the last bye week of that's the very last bye week.
That's really weird. Oh, yeah, I'm seeing it now. That's first week in December.
Yeah.
Holy God.
And we are injury riddled, man.
Yeah, that's...
Hopefully we get Brock. Hopefully we get, Brock Purdy back. Come on, buddy, please. Because I saw so many times where they could have escaped the pocket. There's room to escape, Mac. Run your feet. And he just didn't do it, didn't see it. And that's where you see that slipperiness of a Brock Purdy versus a Mac Jones, and to extend the play. George Kittle, got his tight end, National Tight End Day.
Yeah, I've had about enough of hearing about that.
Oh, you had enough of it?
Every single broadcast. Happy National. That's literally.
It's so good.
That's what we make fun of. It's National Wild Foods Day.
But guess what you do?
Yes.
Two times a week.
Because
we have fun.
We make fun of them as I'm making fun of National Tight Ends Day. It's not a good bit.
Hey, he made Tight End U, which all the great tight ends now go to, and they're all a part of. It's good to see them get their shine, because George Kittle is the ultimate do-it-all, unselfish. His favorite game was he had 0 catches. He's like, but our run game was fantastic through the middle. And he had so many pancake blocks and was doing so many pulls and stuff like that. My man's finally going to get the Niners minute. That's pretty much it for the Niners. It was literally procedural mix-ups. offense mix-ups, defense was just shattered.
Speaking of, that was another reason why I put that loss on Shoddy for the pre-snap penalties. Like the undisciplined.
It was an all-around ugly game. Dude.
So the reason I asked specifically when that Bears game was,
why?
Here's a fun number for you. Caleb Williams has 9 passing touchdowns on the season, on the year.
Yeah.
He's got 4 of those versus Dallas. And then 5 in every other game combined versus everyone else.
And they still put up 30 points a game, dude.
Yeah.
That's a testament to their defense and the resurgence of Swift. I thought, like, I took him in a couple of them as one of my late round flyers, just because I needed a 4th running back. Now he's a starter. He's an RB1. That guy's putting up 20 points a game.
The rest of the league, we'll burn through it real quick before we do our picks for this coming week, because again, we're only doing tonight's episode live. Giants get their revenge, or Eagles get their revenge over the Giants. But the storyline,
we lost.
Yeah,
we lost our man.
Story definitely was Cam Scadaboo's ankle being snapped in half.
Hey man, Fred Warner, same thing, dislocated ankle.
Did Fred's look as bad as did Fred try to lift his leg?
It wasn't a 90.
Okay.
It was like a 45 degree.
Yeah, the Scadaboo footage was.
It was a DAC. It was like, oh, hey, look at this.
So that's what I thought had happened. I thought it was a compound fracture and not a dislocation, because it looked very much like Dax did, where it's just dangled.
The meme machine, the memes that Cam Scadaboo, I know everybody's been having fun on Instagram, and it is. Now we're not going to get to see as much.
The problem, thinking about this Giants team.
You think it would have been a concussion to take him out?
You would think. Yeah, exactly. It's ironic that his brain's going to be just fine.
Is it?
Thinking about this Giants team, if you could go back and start week 1 with Jackson Dart, quarterback, Scadaboo, primary running back, Malik Neighbors healthy.
Bro.
There are pieces there that what we've seen now, obviously with Neighbors and Scadaboo out for the rest of the year.
Maybe a wild card contender.
You could see definitely the way the rest of the NFC East is.
Yeah.
Giants might have the second best team if it wasn't for the injuries.
But, next week I'm not really scared about the Giants. I'm just scared about that damn field.
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest.
What's the over-under on the injuries, man?
Yeah, I wonder.
Death Life Stadium.
Vegas usually doesn't take injury-related prop bets, but maybe they should. They could have avoided the Terry Rozier
Another
situation.
shout-out to my buddy Donnie out in California, who wished an injury, predicted an injury for McCaffrey, and his bell cow was Scadaboo on his team.
Well,
karma's a bitch.
Yeah, it's unfortunate how that plays itself out sometimes. Elsewhere in the contenders category, so we've still got our 7 clear contenders according to Vegas. Bills destroy the Panthers 40-9. Colts keep winning.
Just keep on putting up 30 plus, dude.
38-14 over the Titans. The Colts are last year's Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah.
I
think they have the pieces to go further in the playoffs.
Resurgent quarterback, better running back, of course, with Fred Taylor, but still a running game that you can rely on, a defense that not elite, but makes plays, gets turnovers.
Franklin, hopefully, he's coming off an injury, and he was a shadow of himself last year.
You think this Colts team can go further in the AFC?
I think they have the potential to go to the championship. And they, to be the man, you got to beat the man. You're going to have to beat that man named Mahomie.
Yeah, I think that's where I still...
And that 13 and that 14-man roster that they hold.
I think if you were to ask me right now...
Talking about the Zebras.
What teams, and I just ignore it at this point. Kind of like I wish I had with your Dak. You drew me off sides there. In the AFC, I still like the Bills' chances of taking down the Chiefs more than I do the Colts. But I think the Colts
Yeah.
are firmly in that third position in the AFC.
The Bills, Lamar, like, I mean, I'm not going to put anything past Lamar. 2-time MVP. Like, could have been 3-time MVP.
Yeah, but he's got to get them there at this point.
Must-win game.
With the hole they're in.
They got like a 1, maybe 2 game buffer. If they lose 1, they still can make the wild card. If they lose 2, I think they're done.
Yeah, it feels like, I mean, off the top of my head, I was looking at it earlier today. It feels like 2 would be the
kill point.
The death knell.
Yeah.
Because as we sit
it would have
here,
to be like one of those scenarios where like this team's got to lose, this team's got to win, at the very end of the
and
game.
it would matter. It would depend on what the teams like the Texans, Jags, and Bengals do as well, because those are still all of those a game ahead of the Ravens, and Jags actually 2 games ahead.
Yeah.
So
Texans defenses are keeping them in. That CJ Stroud had his most throwing yards. Like, I still think they have 0 running game. Just because you ran it down our injury riddled ass, in the Niners game, that doesn't mean anything to me.
No, and they're still chasing. I think they're still potentially looking at chasing that final wild card spot where they were. There's no way they could have expected the Colts to be running away with the division at this point.
Yeah,
which is what makes that final wild card spot, because right now that final wild card spot is the Chiefs, but at the same time the Chiefs are still the favorite in Vegas to win the Super Bowl.
Okay,
so it's a weird time right now when you look at who's a contender, who's in the playoffs, who's on the fringe.
The script.
Speaking of script, the Packers beat the Steelers in A-Rod scripted rematch against his former team.
That was a Hail Mary for me. That was a Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary, thinking that they could win.
I guess that was one of the ones we picked too. Yeah. Oh, that's one of the ones I got right.
Yeah.
Picking the Packers. Yeah, it's crazy. I saw a graphic showing all of the NFC North teams and the quarterbacks they've had since 1992.
Oh, yeah.
Vikings list, long as hell.
Like 20.
Lions list, Joey Harrington is the shining, John Kitna, long as hell, though.
Yeah, Matthew Stafford.
You look at the Bears, You look at the Bears, long as hell.
Yeah.
You look at the Packers.
3 names.
3 names, which... Every time
it kind of shocked me because what was it, 92? I didn't think Brett Favre was drafted in 92. Like, because I remember I saw that same list.
Yeah.
And it was like since 1992, here are the quarterbacks. And I was like, he was playing during the Cowboys dynasty and Steve Young years?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I remember some shootouts with him and Young in the 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, the TO throwing it between 4 defenders, and he's dropped the ball like 5 times that game, and then finally catches the game-winning touchdown in the playoffs.
What was the tight end they had? Mark Chamorro? Yeah, wasn't that that was Favre's safety blanket back then?
Oh, yeah.
They're big, the Packers' big tight end. Elsewhere, we talked about it a little. Chiefs beat the Commies 28-7. And then Lions and Rams were both on bye. We had 6 teams on bye.
Yep.
2 of them from the contender category, which cut the watchability of last week's games significantly. Playoff teams, Chargers beat the Vikes handedly.
Yeah.
Again, Chargers are the team I feel like I know the least about.
Well,
I have no expectations.
Carson Wentz is gone. Like, he's injured. He's out.
Well, and they kept playing him in that game, which what does that tell you about their faith in
and they don't run Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones. They don't just make it a run game. I'm like, I know they're scoring on you, but you have to play to your strengths, especially Jordan Mason's been stellar. And now I know it's Aaron Jones's, starting job, but you lost it. Jordan Mason's the better running back, better catcher, more explosive, more physical. He comes from the Niners. He knows he learned from Shanahan. He learned from McCaffrey. Like, use his skill, and he's not 32 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Vikings are a weird situation. I mean, ever since they chose to hand the keys to J.J. McCarthy, they've been regretting that, especially as you see.
Well, he's going to get his chance again.
Sam
next week.
Darnold. And they're not that far out of it. I mean, they're only 3-4 as we sit here right now. And
still a stellar defense, but
they've got a lot of work to do against a tough divisional games ahead. Pats continue their charge in the AFC.
They might have to put Pats near. They might be going into contender territory a little bit.
Not yet. Vegas still views them much lower than some of the other teams that are in this. Yeah.
Impressive wins, though.
Yeah.
Buffalo.
Well, the Browns might not sound impressive, but that defense, I mean, Myles Garrett did get 5 sacks.
Yeah,
but
so when they were talking about him, that's the one glaring weakness that they have is Drake May's getting beat up.
Yeah.
You know, even though he's having an MVP quality year, and him and Diggs are finally, you know, getting in sync and whatnot. It's just, I don't know. You can't let Myles Garrett get 5 sacks off on you, even though if he's the best DL in the league right now.
I do feel like just looking at the AFC rankings right now, the top 4, the 4 division leaders, Colts, Patriots, Broncos, Steelers. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't feel confident that any of those 4 teams win the AFC. Like, it's still Bills and Chiefs as the biggest potential threats coming out of the AFC. And I would say I still think I like the Chargers more than I do the Steelers and maybe the Patriots. I'm still not sure on the Patriots.
They just got they got to shore up their defense.
It's a weird year.
I don't know if they're healthy or not. I mean, what killed me is Quentin Johnston. He didn't catch one ball, but it's the emergence of Goldstein. He's the rookie tight end 5th round pick that is emerging as a top tier. I think he's already got 4 touchdowns in 3 games. So Phillip Rivers has found a new toy.
Phillip Rivers. That's a Freudian slip.
Yeah. Justin Herbert
might end up just being
like
another Phillip
Rivers.
Yeah.
Like, gets all the stats.
Bunch of stats.
Gets real close to it and just never gets it there. But I believe in Harbaugh. He's going to, he makes quarterbacks better.
Rondé Gadsden.
Yeah.
That's the guy you were looking for.
So Gadsden, I mean, he's already picked up in most fantasy leagues, but if he's still out there, you need to snag him immediately.
Closing out the playoff column, obviously, we talked to your Niners. We talked to my Cowboys. They're only in this because they played the Broncos. Don't worry.
Watch yourself. That
only
is
in the playoff.
Ass.
No,
that is all ass.
The Broncos are the 3 seed in the AFC.
I mean the Broncos. Okay,
That's what I'm saying. That's the only reason they're in this category. I had to get out ahead of it before you jumped off sides. And then the Seahawks were on bye. Bucks destroyed the Saints 23-3.
No more Rattler. Now we're
gonna go Tyler Shuck, the former Oregon Duck turned Texas Tech Red Raider turned Louisville Cardinal.
Wow. So I was about to ask. What
he might have had
one
one more, and he's also like 27.
He had a 6-year career.
I believe it was even longer because he had
the COVID year,
and he had COVID year. He had red shirt year, and he had medical red shirt. Yeah, he's 26 right now.
He's the Brandon Whedon of this decade.
Pretty much. I think I hit all of his. Yeah, Oregon Tech, Louisville. There's no stops in between. And then in the fringe, we'll burn through these. Dolphins beat the Falcons big time, 34-10. Jets got their first win, though. Just when the Bengals started.
Mangold, man.
Yeah, that's a tough
King,
one.
You know, that he got diagnosed when he was 21 with that kidney disease and was looking for a donor until he passed away at 42 or 41?
41, yeah.
Yeah, that's a sad, man. Like, only if there was a country that genetically cropped organs
Or
that
if
he
he
could have gone to.
if he played for a team that had a bigger fan base of
The Jets.
carrying fans than the Jets, like if
You're
he
gonna put it on the fan. You're gonna put his life on the fan base.
if Mangold had been a Cowboy, he would have found a donor in less than 24 hours. If he had been a Niner, he would have found a donor in less than a week. I firmly put that.
Only if Mango was there during the butt fumble years.
But all that being said,
my
Jets do
God.
get their first win,
That's
39-38 over the Bengals. Ravens bounce back. You said don't have much wiggle room, but they
Snoop be snooping.
they did show the Bears to be fraudulent, unlike the inflated Caleb Williams stats from the Cowboys game.
Well, they got Roquan Smith back. They got some defensive. Like they were just.
Bears are still they're the first team out of the playoffs in the NFC, but Ravens win that by 2 touchdowns, 30-16.
Lamar's coming back next week.
Yep, even after their little potential circumventing the injury rules. And the Jaguars were on bye. And then the ass column, there were no ass games because the ass teams were on bye. Raiders and Cardinals were on bye. So both of us went 2-3 in our picks last week. And since we're not doing a Thursday show, we've got to do our picks, and we've got to do them fast because we're almost already at the 2-hour mark.
So
we haven't looked at any of these.
I've looked at them. I haven't looked at the lines. I'm gonna pull up the lines.
So I know off the top of my head, Cowboys hosting the Cardinals. It's Monday Night Football,
and I'm sure they're favored.
It's Dallas minus 2.5.
God, man, Cardinals. Give me the Cardinals.
Without hesitation.
Without hesitation, man. Like, Kyler Murray still can throw the ball. Is Kyler Murray healthy?
Plus 2.5.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's going to throw Trey McBride.
I don't know. I think the new Black Ops drops next week, though. I swear to God, I think
he's going to be hyped. He's going to win a battle royale and win the game.
I think it drops, I think, next week after they play this game on Monday night. I think it drops that Friday the 7th or something like that. So he should be clear of the Call of Duty curse.
Okay.
Man.
You got to roll with your team, baby.
I mean, the Cowboys aren't good. They're really not good on the road. But at home, I at least know they're going to score more points than they have on the road this year.
3 o'clock game.
They've scored at minimum 40 points in every game at home this year.
The Cardinals do not have a bad defense. They have that linebacker they picked up
but a not bad defense against an elite offense. I think the Cowboys
and the worst defense against a not bad offense.
And I'd say which
they got Marvin Harrison.
Where's
Jr.
the bigger gap? Is the
Trey
Cowboys
McBride.
offense better than the Cardinals defense in a larger way than the Cardinals offense is better than the Cowboys? Because this is what we're talking about.
That's the gap right there.
That's it.
Like, which one is like, yo,
that's what this entire Cowboys season is because no fan base should have to think in terms like that, where you are so good on one side of the ball.
Let's go 1 to 10 meter. I think the Cowboys offense is humming at about an 8. I'm going to say an 8.
I would have said a 9 until last week.
That's what I would
I'll
exactly.
give you 8. Yeah.
So an 8. And I would give the Cardinals defense coming off a rest week.
Yeah.
I'm going to give them a 7.
Also, they get the extra day of rest because it's a Monday night game.
I'm going to give
7.
I would have given them a 6.
They're 2-5.
I would have given them a. Yeah, that's not the defense's fault, but
I would think when you lose games by giving up more points than the opponent, that probably means the defense had something to do with those games.
Something to do with it.
We've been recapping
Oh, and
these.
it's a Monday night game. Who's gonna shine in the Monday? All right, so the Cardinals have given up.
We're wasting too much time. I gotta go Cowboys.
All right,
I gotta go Cowboys. Cowboys at home on Monday night.
yeah.
God dang it! I'm taking Dallas
Yes, and I am taking the Cardinals.
to cover 2.5 points. God, I hope there's no major injury news.
I hope the camera is fixated on Jerry and all his mannerisms.
It does feel like this could be a Jerry meltdown game. If
the red face Jerry.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Niners
2.5. Yep.
At Giants
2.5.
2.5.
Death life.
That kind of seems insane to me after what we just saw. The Giants
I think that line's going
lose.
to change if Brock Purdy and Pearsall end up playing. No practice today. I just don't like. They're going to lean on McCaffrey again.
I mean, there's just no way.
No Scattaboo.
You can take the Giants with less than a field goal worth of points in this game. Like, you're not getting that much. Oh, you get the Giants plus 2.5.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess this is a Niners team that only beat the Cardinals 16-15. So maybe the Giants can cover that 2.5. No, give me Niners minus 2.5.
Okay.
I assume you're following suit.
Yes, sir. And the game of the week, the Bills and the Chiefs.
Oh,
yeah.
What time is that kickoff?
That's the 3 o'clock game.
Is
3:30?
That's got to be. God, what that means I have to listen. Jim Nance. The only thing
Chris
worse.
Collinsworth is my Jim Nance.
No, they're not even close, man. Not even close.
I'll take Nance all day, dude, over Chris Collinsworth.
I am so ready for Nance's country club comedy routine to be exactly that. Something he tells the rest of his old. Nance is the kind of guy that hangs around with nothing but 80-year-olds because they're the only people that think he's funny or entertaining. Nance is awful. The only thing worse than Nance is Tony Romo, who apparently doesn't. This is more prep than Tony Romo's done the entire season combined. He does no prep.
He likes to wing it.
He just makes weird noises. That's bad, though. Here's the thing. Here's believe it or not, that's bad. That means you make bad content. Unless you're a 20-year-old streamer who's just funny 24 hours of the day. But no, you're a Tony Romo wearing Skechers. You do some prep. It's gotten so. I'll tell you what makes it so bad.
Skechers not a bad shoe.
It is if Tony's wearing it. Yeah. When you hear third leg Greg, when you hear Greg Olson call a game.
Yeah, he's good.
And then the next week you hear Tony. Jim.
Yeah. Oh, look at that thing. Gotta call a timeout. Gotta call a timeout. Oh.
He's singing random song like "Get Down on It," and he's doing the guitar parts. It's like
I think he's sauced up, man.
It might something is different. Something like
sauced.
the Ozempic brain. I don't know what it is, but something has made.
Was he gaining weight?
He's lost it all now. Something has made him
so the
significantly
Chiefs are
worse.
1.5 faves. And are they playing? Where are they playing?
It's in Buffalo.
In Buffalo. No respect.
I mean, 1.5? That's it?
Yeah, 1.5.
The Bills beat the Chiefs in the regular season and then lose to them in the postseason.
That's usually the MO.
When two teams this good are playing against each other,
what's the element going to be like?
I want the points.
It's going to get cold.
I'm going Bills.
Yeah.
Plus the 1.5. I think these teams are pretty. I think they're the two best teams in the AFC. The difference between them is
it's going to kill me right now.
Tiny hair of a fraction.
It's going to kill me. But I got to go Chiefs.
Oh, so you want that 5-man zebra advantage on your side.
Oh, man. Yeah, it's like an ulcer in my stomach.
God, this is going to be the week where the Chiefs
I got to root for the Chiefs.
They're going to get screwed by the refs.
My dad was born in Kansas City.
And I'm
just doing it for my dad.
You're going to come in here and talk about how you got screwed by the officials.
No, I'm going to talk about how I won because of the officials.
Colts Steelers isn't a bad game. Looking at the rest of,
that's a good defense.
I think that's probably going to be the most total wins
you
between.
Sure the Jags and Raiders don't entice you?
No, not so much. Panthers, Packers,
No.
not so much.
No, Vikings, Lions is the only one that I could see. Just because if JJ has that emergence.
Let's go Colts, Steelers, because that game is Steelers are division leaders. Obviously, Colts are the best record in the AFC. These are two of the top.
You know which way I'm going to go.
4 teams. You're going.
Well, how much? What's the over under on the
3.5
Oh,
in Pittsburgh, noon kickoff.
Give me Indiana Jones all day.
Oh man! All right. Well, I love how that works out.
India, because you're going to go with Aaron.
Uh-huh.
You want
You're
the
going
points.
Colts minus 3.5. Again, eventually I've got to be right about this Colts team.
It's just.
I really do
What was
think
it? They were like the Vikings were 14-2. We were saying they were going to lose all year.
weren't they 15-2? Because don't you play 17 games now?
Yeah, 15-2. Yeah, because it came down to the last game, them and the Lions. And they actually beat the Lions, didn't they?
Believe so.
Yeah, they beat the Lions to get the better record.
But I think I
don't know.
think that's who your present day Colts are. So we've got 4 in. LG,
That's what she said.
would you like to help us out and pick a number 1 through how many games are there? There's 4 teams on bye, so 1 through 14 can't be 14.
3.
3. Oh, that
A
means
very
it's...
enthusiastic 3. Thank you, LG.
Hey, okay. Good, nice work, LG. This actually is a fun one. Speaking of the 3-4 Minnesota Vikings, traveling to Detroit.
Yeah, so it's the Vikings-Detroit game.
Did you see this line?
Detroit minus 6.5.
8.5.
Oh.
But who's Minnesota playing at quarterback? They're going back to JJ.
And they're at the Lions?
At Detroit. Covering 8.5.
Oh, man, you still have Jefferson, Addison, Mason, Aaron, a solid D. I gotta take the points.
Taking the Vikings plus 8.5.
Yeah, I gotta take the points.
Man, my friend, I fear this is going to be a week we look back on
and say this was the pivotal moment.
And say this is where
because we got four of them we don't agree on, right?
This is where a potential separation or a passing in the standings took place, because I don't trust JJ McCarthy and I don't trust anybody they could potentially bring in off the street. Give me Lions to cover the 8.5.
Here's the thing. The reason why I did the points is because I think they're going to slow the game down, lean heavy on the run.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be able to let Jared Goff, Gibbs, and Brown, Laporta, all of them just to do what they want to do, so.
Well, and 8.5 points in a division game, usually I would say, so I'll tell you what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to learn my lesson from last week where I used all of this same logic. I said, dude, Giants 7.5 points in a division game at home? Give me the Giants to cover against the Eagles. The division games aren't.
They probably would have if they had Scatterboot.
We'll never know.
We'll never
know. So I lead 15-14 overall, but we are different on 4 of our 5 picks for this week. So
let's
should
roll.
be some movement. LG, let's do some lightning round.
Let's shout out to Lonnie, $2
Oh, did we get a super?
Appreciate you. Upset alert, Saints over Rams. Hey, I really hope
that
you're
is
right.
Bold.
I will take that. I will take that.
That's a lot of faith in Tyler Shuck. I'm not so sure about that. I did see
friends of the family, Lonnie. Come on. Now.
We also got Mark became a member as well. So
hey, Mark, shout out to be a member, man. Use
Mark,
those emojis.
You have joined the monthly dinner club for members that we will be we will be conducting in the very, very near future. Anything else I missed?
Nope. That should be it. Let's go.
All right, hit me, LG. Let's do some lightning round. I'm going to keep it short since we squeezed so much in here tonight because I want to save enough time for the video I have to close this out. It was a on this day clip, but I will say we didn't obviously get a chance to talk a lot of college football because we're so squeezed time-wise this week, but Brian Kelly finally, from the moment he walked onto the court during an LSU basketball game and talked about how me and my family, we are so happy to be amongst you here at LSU Louisiana State University.
My pappy used to make the best jambalaya in the stadium.
You ever had son of a gun stew?
Oh, man. Yeah, Brian Kelly, most deserving.
The Midwestern Catholic redneck.
Now, whose name got shot around?
No longer
on that the new hiring.
I mean, I've seen a few. Which one are you thinking, or which one are you seeing?
The old Mississippi Bud Slide, Arkansas waterfall, Mike Gundy.
There's no way LSU
They were saying if you give Mike Gundy the weapons that LSU can provide.
I think Mike Gundy needs to tell his agent to back off on floating rumors because no one believes that one.
No one's following that.
No one believes that.
You don't think someone who took a low-level tier school that only had 2 to 3 star prospects and made them, A, should have been in the Natty 1 year.
1 year out of 20.
B, always had a winning record except for the first year and last year.
Right.
C,
how many of those were 10-win seasons?
So many teams that were going for.
Sure.
And was constantly he had a running go of double-digit win seasons for 8 years.
But you're describing a
give
pretty good college coach.
Yeah.
Not someone that LSU's going to money whip.
Now give him some 5-star recruits. Now give him some 5-star recruits.
If Gundy wants a coach again, he should start looking around the Oklahoma 4A if they even have 5A
Louisiana, so he can watch all the OAN he wants.
Yeah, they would. Him and Governor Landry would fit in just fine there. They're going big. They're going to try to money whip someone like Dan Lanning at Oregon, which I think he would say no in a heartbeat. But LSU views themselves like Alabama. Here's a fun fact for you. LSU has only been good in our lifetimes.
Yeah.
So they had a 10-win season in 1987, whenever I was 2 years old. The last 10-win season they had before that one was 1951.
Yeah.
So from 51 to 87, no 10-win seasons. And then they got Saban and Les Miles, one of your Oklahoma State brethren.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of Oklahoma State brethren.
And then it was Ed Orgeron who actually had the best team of any in that run. So LSU's a big one, though. That's bigger to me than Penn State or any of the other openings right now. That's the biggest A1 job opening.
All right. Hit me, LG. All right. We got the Fantasy Football Sports Cave.
Oh, yes.
Recap.
Let's hear this.
DeBrickashaw Ferguson rolled over King Henry 120-96. The wild card is back, defeating the AI overlords who blew his circuit 125-61, probably bye-week hell. Eli Zubers grabs that win 114 over Adolph. 114 over 89. No third right for him. James Gang loses his streak on a tough loss, 141-139 to Tulsa State Fair ride. That ride ended so quickly for you, James. Momentumers gained their momentum 130 by beating Papayas FC, who's on a losing streak.
I hate
to 130 to 104.
I hate seeing the momentumers get momentum.
And then the Meow creamed all over the captain. 129-90. When the captain...
What happened? How'd you only score 90?
Well, when Baker Mayfield puts up 1 point, that kind of just... that one hurt.
What did I miss? How bad was his day?
They played New Orleans. They didn't have to do much.
Yeah, so he just didn't do much.
Yeah, he
okay.
Let's see his stats.
1 point.
One freaking point, bro. I was like, are you kidding me, man? He had 152 passing yards, 3 sacks, and a fumble loss. That was it. So, and then also,
Dak might have had more fantasy points than Baker.
I had Goddard on the bench, but Vidal, Goldston, A-Chain, Daddle. Come on. You cannot keep on playing Chuba Hubbard when Rico was doing work like that. You gotta.
How many touches did Rico get? Can you see it?
He got out-touched by Hubbard. Like, I have Hubbard on the team. And
wow.
Hubbard got 9 points. I don't know if they give me the touches. Hubbard had 12 touches, and Daddle had 8.
Wow.
Like,
I know
he was the bell cow. You got to run Rico when he's hot.
Yeah, I mean, when you have 500 rushing yards over a 3-game span, I'm not sure you just immediately go back to giving. Because it's not, I mean, Chuba Hubbard's good, but it's not like you're talking about Jonathan Taylor or McCaffrey or Saquon or
exactly. But with Trey McBride,
Henry,
who's a 20 burger, with Devontae Adams, who's a 20 burger on buys, and Baker giving me 1 point.
Yeah, I can see. I can actually see. Yeah.
You got lucky this week, man.
Yeah. Well, no, it sounds like
you hit me on my bye week.
It sounds like
you hit me on my bye. I'm gonna set it up where we're gonna get
spectacular
at the end.
Spectacular ownership combined with
this is such an ass whip, man.
Well scouted coaching. Again, because ownership found the best head coaching candidate available. It just sounds like it's an organizational win. That's what I like to call that. That's a full complimentary organizational win for Chairman Meow and everyone involved. Shout out Zeb. Hit me, LG. So since we talked last week, if you remember, you asked me about my old Stars, how the Dallas Stars were doing. And ever since I was joking about an 82-0 season, they hadn't won a game since.
Yeah.
So over the weekend, they played 2 games. Both of them, they got down 2-0 to start the game. Both of them, they came back and won. So we're back on a win streak, back on the good side overall. But more importantly, it sounds like news is starting to break that Thomas Harley, their all-star stud starter for Team Canada defenseman, he's about to sign an 8-year, $10.5 million a year contract, which is huge for. Yeah. I mean, that's lower than the mid-level exception in the NBA.
It's $85 million for half your hockey career.
Like that's
still not bad.
That's a huge chunk of money for Thomas Harley.
And it looks like the Stars might pull one out again.
Oh yeah, we are. We were active tonight. What's the score? Did you say 1-0? Okay. All right.
Like how good are the Capitals? Not that good.
Well, they were actually really good last year.
Don't boost it up.
They, I mean, Ovi.
Hit me, LG.
Ovi set the goal record last year.
All right. We have, if you had this on your bingo card, monkeys on an overturned truck in Mississippi.
I wondered if we were
with hepatitis C, herpes, and COVID escaped.
Did you
when
see
the truck crashed? But luckily, we shot them all.
Oh, they've already been taken care of.
We killed them.
Where was it at again? Mississippi?
Mississippi. You think this is a Florida thing?
Yeah.
Nah.
Did you see how big? So when I heard, I'm thinking like little like lab test monkeys.
Yeah.
They were 40 pounds.
Yeah.
That's a big monkey.
They're like this big, man.
Yeah, that's a good size. Like, that monkey could
get you.
Yeah.
Try to wrestle a 40-pound monkey ripping at your face.
Right.
I'm like, nah.
And the officials were describing, not only did they have were they carriers of Hep C, herpes, and COVID, they also were aggressive towards humans by nature.
Yes.
So it was like, absolutely do not try to interact with these disease-riddled monkeys.
Did we see this in a movie with the monkeys?
Isn't that
Andromeda strain or something like that?
Well, Congo is a great one.
That wasn't disease though, was it?
I thought they had the rage disease.
Oh,
I think
they were just aggressive monkeys.
Yeah, but it was because of some kind of
I don't know, man.
genetic. I don't know.
I
don't know. That wasn't Crichton's best book. Hit me, LG. You have anything else before we close out?
You can roll it.
Okay. One, before we close out with some college football fun video. Chili's is caving, which makes me think Chili's was doing it all for a publicity stunt. They've announced they are bringing back the skillet queso.
Oh, so everybody can get burned again.
Immediate 180, which again kind of tells me.
You know how many people say Chili's has like a good burger, like one of the better burgers for the price?
I mean, for what it is, sure, I guess.
Yeah, like I don't know. That was one of my first jobs, dishwashing, and they tried everything in the world because, like, you know, I do my jobs good, you know.
Sure.
But it was the fact that I speak English and they could communicate with me.
Yeah, that helps.
The front of the house, they're like, don't ever leave this job. And I was like, man, as soon as I get out of here and be a busser or a waiter, I'm gone.
I'm gone. Yeah.
What
do you think?
This is a sweat tent back here, bro.
How did you think you were ever going to convince me that I'm staying
I was
here?
like, you going to pay me, like, back then making I wasn't
I was
making $6.50.
$5.15.
It was
minimum wage.
Minimum wage.
Yeah.
But
you got a raise.
I was making that $6.50,
Woo-hoo!
baby. I started out on top.
Chili's to me, my first memory of Chili's, this is how podunk, bump, BFE country I was. Chili's was the first restaurant I took a real date to in high
the
school.
fancy one.
And you ready for this? We had to drive 20 minutes to the next town over to go get our fancy triple dippers and chicken crispers and skillet queso from Chili's. And
the Southwest egg rolls.
Dude, when the Chili's opened in Granbury, Texas, home of the Proud Boys, when Chili's opened over there, it was right next to the.
I always think that's like a gay group.
One movie. Well, I mean, it kind of is.
It
kind of is, Cap.
We're the Proud Boys.
It's kind of gay. I mean, they do jam a bunch of YMCA.
They wear Hawaiian shirts.
I mean, no, Chili's was that was a game changer for the high school dating scene of Glen Rose, Texas. But we are not here to talk about Chili's. We got to close it out with some college football. The one thing UTSA announced, they're going to play UT Rio Grande Valley starting next year as a non-conference game. And if you've missed it, it's UTRGV's inaugural year this year, and they're getting votes to almost crack the top 25. Like, they're good. They're like 6-2 or something. They're FCS, the division right below. But the funny thing is, now UTSA won't leave I-35 for their non-conference games next year. They'll play, they have Texas State. They're going to host UT Rio Grande Valley.
And then North Texas?
No, their other one, I don't remember. But they're never... It's all Austin,
35.
San Marcos. Oh, it's they host someone else. I can't remember.
Well,
it's not Army or someone. But also, Sports Center is going to be on campus Thursday afternoon here in town. But all of that UTSA news aside, on this day in 2007, technically it was yesterday, but go with me.
All right.
On yesterday in
2007,
I remember this play vividly, but I had no memory whatsoever that it involved Trinity University, one of the other football programs we have here in San Antonio.
Is this the Statue of Liberty play? Or?
It's known as the Mississippi Miracle or Lateral Palooza.
Oh, yes.
2 seconds to go. The Tigers need a touchdown. The ball is on the 39-yard line. They have to score on this play or the game's over. Barmore's got three wide receivers to his left and
so
two
Trinity
to the right.
was
He
19th
takes the snap.
ranked
There's only three men
in
rushing
Division
for Millsap.
3.
Barmore throws it
And
over the middle,
Millsap
complete to Thompson.
College,
Thompson
who they're
looking for a
playing,
block.
was number
He
24. So it was
to
actually
Curry,
a ranked
and Curry
game
laterals it again,
amongst
and it's caught
Division
again,
III
and
teams.
Tomlin now on the lateral, and now the lateral to Thompson, and he laterals it back to Maddox on the other side. Maddox looking for a block.
There
He
are
fakes
so many times where
fakes
this
the
should have
lateral
been
to Curry.
done.
Now he laterals it to Curry. Curry's at the 49-yard line. He's dancing around. He
Did
throws
they
it
count
back
the
now to
laterals?
Maddox, who throws it across the field to
15.
Barmore. Barmore looking to run. He's looking for a block.
total
He's got a
laterals.
convoy. He's going to throw it to Thompson. Thompson's at the 30-yard line. Thompson now laterals it back to Curry at the 35. They're running out of spaces. Curry fakes. He's going to lateral it to Tomlin. Tomlin's got a chance to go. Tomlin's got a chance to go. He laterals it. Now he's going to go to Maddox. Maddox at the
color
30-yard line.
commentator a
And
couple
now
times.
it's a lateral, and Curry's still going.
No way.
Curry's
No
still
way.
going. It's a touchdown.
It's a touchdown.
Curry scores. The game is over. Curry scores. Curry scores on the lateral.
60
Curry scores. The Tigers lateraled it and kept lateraling, and the
yards.
game is over. The Tigers win. The
15
Tigers win.
total
The Tigers lateral
laterals.
it.
And Trinity ends up winning that game in what probably has to also be the longest play in terms of total time it took
Oh my God,
to get
dude.
that wrapped up. But I had completely forgot that was Trinity San Antonio whenever I mean, granted, 07 when it happened, when I saw it on Sports
UTSA
Center.
didn't even have a football team.
UTSA
then.
didn't have a football team. I was 4 years away from living in San Antonio. In 07, I was still paying taxes in Stephenville, Texas, and going to Tarleton State University. Also, Tarleton's really good this year in football. But that will do it for the week of broadcasting. We will not be in the room Thursday because LG's working Spurs. I'm going to Viagra Boys Friday. Cap, tell the good people how they can get a hold of you, though.
The Captain's Chair 210 on Instagram and Twitter.
You can find me on X at Biggest Puma, on Instagram, biggest.puma. LG, when's the next stream?
Saturday, possibly.
Saturday, possibly. Come hang out at LG's in LG's house. Be on the lookout, though. I've got the roommate poised and primed to do an episode of Who Won the Internet, especially now since we're not going to be back Thursday. But enjoy the games, enjoy Halloween. Y'all be good, be safe. Peace. We'll be back next week.
Peace.
Kids, what do we say about drugs?
Only thugs use drugs. Say no to drugs.
Yeah!